Are you nervous about upgrading to Pandas 3 because it breaks a bunch of old functionality? You are not alone. And thus, one of the sort of more interesting developments over the last few years in the Pandas world has been a more sort of standardized, easy to follow, easy to understand roadmap to what is happening with pandas in the future. And in this video, I want to introduce you to what that all means and how you should interpret it. Let's look at Pandas 2. Here I'm going to load up Marimo and Pandas. I'm going to load up a data frame from Olympic athlete data, and I'm going to specifically say that both team and season should be categories. Okay, so what? Well, I have my data frame. Now I'm going to say df group by team height dot mean. So I'm asking for the height of every single team. And I get a warning. Yes, I get the results, but I also get a warning. This is a future warning. The default of observed equals false is deprecated will be changed to true in a future version of Pandas. What am I supposed to do with this information? Well, on the face of it, it might seem like you don't have to do much, because if I switch here to Pandas 3 and I look at that same data frame, and then I say once again here, df group by team, and I'll say here height mean, sure enough, I get the result and I don't get any warning. But what was I supposed to do in Pandas 2? How am I supposed to think about this? This is one of the things that has changed. As it says here in the Pandas 3 release notes, there is a new deprecation policy, a 3-stage deprecation policy. First, you will get warnings, the deprecation warning. And not only a deprecation warning, but a warning indicating in what version of Pandas things will be changing. So it might change in Pandas 4, it might change in Pandas 5, and of course they will add new ones as new versions come out. But generally speaking, a deprecation warning means you should know this is going to change, but it's not going to change right away. By contrast, a future warning says this is changing in the next version, get set. So if you see future warning in one of your queries, as we did here, it's telling you, be careful, watch out, pay attention, and change your code so that it won't give you this warning anymore. Okay, well, what are some other examples of things that can give us a future warning? Well, watch this. If I create a new series, if I say s equals pd.series, and I just say here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And I can then say s.lock of 2 equals hello. Will this work in Pandas 2? Yes, it will. If I now say what is s, it will change the d type to be object, because that's the only way I can have both integers and strings. And now, okay, it includes everything, but wait. It also gives me a future warning. Setting an item of an incompatible D type is deprecated and will raise an error in a future version of Pandas. Value hello has D type incompatible with N64. In other words, it's saying, hey, you won't be able to do this for very long. Is that future warning right? Let's take a look. I'm going to look here. I'm going to once again create the series. I'm going to once again set s of .lock2 to be hello, and look at this, I get an error. If only I'd paid attention to that future warning and hadn't willy-nilly assigned a string into my integer series. So future warning means, again, watch out. If you see Pandas 4 warning, that means you have a little bit of time, but you should already get your code ready. Now, once again, this is all documented here in this deprecation policy. It's even more documented if we look in PDEP 17, the backwards compatibility and deprecation policy. There is now a formal policy in place. But wait, what is this PDEP? What in the world is a PDEP? Well, it turns out that just as Python has PEPs, Python Enhancement Proposals, now Pandas has PDEPs, Pandas Enhancement Proposals. And we can look at the list here, in what's called the roadmap, and it shows which PDEPs are under discussion, which have been accepted already. These are things that you should pay attention to because they describe the future of Pandas. Some have already been implemented, and some have been rejected. But knowing about these PDEPs and even knowing about the process is really helpful. And indeed, PDEP 1 gives you sort of an introduction to the world of PDEPs. What do they do? How do they work? How do people propose them? What should we expect about them? And so this shows us that Pandas is not just sort of a fly-by-night operation run by a bunch of volunteers. Moreover, they understand that there are millions and millions of people, organizations, businesses that are using Pandas on a regular basis. And without this sort of standardization, there won't necessarily be the sort of trust in the development process that we need for a serious open source project or any software project to work. So pay attention to PDEPs, pay attention to PDEP 1, pay attention to these warnings, and if you really, really need, in production to silence the warnings, you will now have a much more fine-grained view of which warnings to quiet and which warnings you should pay attention to, such as the future warnings, so you don't let them get out of hand when you upgrade. I'll just add one last thing, which is back a few years ago at PyCon 2021, I gave a talk called When is an Exception Not an Exception? Using warnings in Python. So if you're interested in trapping certain warnings or turning them into exceptions or logging them, you can take a look at that talk. It's on YouTube, as you can see here, and you'll learn a lot about warnings, and it was a fun talk to give as well. All right, I hope that this was interesting and useful. Let me know what questions you have about the future of pandas and pandas government and these warnings. Governance, not government, and warnings. And I'll be back real soon with lots more about Python and pandas, everything in between. Thanks for watching.